Hi guys, so one of my favorite films of 2014, besides Nightcrawler being my number one, is Whiplash. Now, Whiplash, directed by Damien Chazelle. The plot of it is relatively simple. It's a promising drummer. He's like a musician, and he enrolls in this band club, whatever you want to call it, in college. And he basically gets mentored by a sociopath, psychopath band instructor, basically. And who will stop at nothing. This band instructor will stop at nothing for the students in his room to reach full potential. Now, this film stars Miles Teller and J.K. Simmons. Miles Teller is playing Andrew Neiman, the college student that goes through a lot of hell with becoming the drummer that he is meant to be. And we are followed by J.K. Simmons playing Fletcher, the band instructor that's abusive to his students, to say the least. I'll get this out there real quick, guys. So I watched this film like 3 times back in 2014, 2015-ish, but ever since I bought the 4K back in, I think it was 2020, 2021, whenever it came out, I watched this film on rewatch almost 9 times. Guys, this film is phenomenal. Let's get that out of the way. We all know this, but we know that it's not as accurate as jazz, how it works in the real world. We know that, like, even with band instructors, obviously there probably is abusive band instructors out there, but the way they handle jazz in this film, it's not meant to be a jazz movie. It's meant to be more of a psychological movie, I feel like, in my opinion. But it's not, like, the plot is very straightforward. It really is. It's I guess you would say an average plot, but it's not what makes the movie. What makes the movie is its unique, incredible performances by Teller and Simmons. It's fucking right there. I want to talk about Miles Teller first, and then we'll talk about, obviously, the elephant in the room. J.K. Simmons is a phenomenal Oscar-winning performance as Fletcher. But Miles Teller, this is the first film I've ever got introduced to him. Yeah, I did not watch Fan Four Stick, whatever. But after seeing this, and I really enjoyed him in War Dogs, and I just like him as an actor. He just comes off of as just a good actor. He really does. And especially in this film, the intensity that he goes through, that Simmons' character puts him through, he really handles all the scenery incredibly. And you feel for the guy throughout a lot of these films when he gets really emotional, when he gets his dreams crushed, when he gets abused by his instructor. You feel these emotions coming from him, and you're like, you want him to just succeed. And at a point where he just closes out, he has a relationship going with a girl, and he has to cut it off because he wants to become one of the best people, one of the best players in the world. And it's that intensity that you can really feel for him. Then there's a part in the film where he gets in a car accident, and then it's crazy. But the amount of intensity that this film has, this film is all intense. Fucking from, I'd say from after the first 15 minutes of the film, it's fully intense. But let's talk about J.K. Simmons' character as Fletcher. Now, I'm a fan of dark humor, and this film's got it a lot. There are so many times that I laugh with Fletcher being on screen, but J.K. Simmons, I loved him in the Spider-Man films. I loved him in this film, and ever since this film, I really realized him more of an actor than just being J. Jonah Jameson. I love him in this film. He really chews up the scenery. He got buff and built for this film as well, and for his age, he looked fucking good, but he's such an asshole, but he's just trying to get his students to be the best of the best. And I love that, but he goes around it a very abusive way. There's a lot of scenes in this film that I really enjoy, but one of my favorite scenes, as you guys know, I actually posted on my channel fucking 2 or 3 years back, is the give retard a calculator scene where Neiman loses the folder and basically has to play Whiplash note by note by memory. I thought it was a really good sequence overall, and I really think that's one of my favorites in the film. But I'm just saying, I really like a lot of shit in this film. I actually want to go back and rewatch this film. I have it memorized though, so that's why we're going through it. But also the cinematography, the jazz music in this film, they're all top notch, and I really, really respect it. And another thing I did want to say too is this is a film that you can definitely watch on rewatch. It's only an hour and 46 minutes, and it flows with a perfect pace. You don't get bored at all. It doesn't start to drag or anything like that, and that's what I really respected about it. But guys, overall, Whiplash, I give a 10 out of 10, and in my opinion, it is a masterpiece of a film. Guys, let me know your thoughts below. What is your favorite scene or sequence from Whiplash, or do you guys like Whiplash like me? Thanks for watching, guys. Subscribe for more, and I'll see you in the next one. Wow, Whiplash has been out for 8 or 9 years now. We're in 2022. That's crazy. And it's still a great film in 2022. But guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you real soon.